Hello to everyone in TV land. This is Focus on Liberia online television, and you are listening to the Focus on Liberia Daily News with Gwendolyn Dorado. First, the headlines. Partisans of the ruling Unity Party launches campaign calling for the resignation of the party's chairman along with other party officials holding appointed government positions. Liberian Nobel Peace Prize laureate Madam Lema Bowie set sight on the presidency. Lofa County District Number 5 representative elevates call for the government of Liberia to support all efforts of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency to decisively tackle the proliferation of illicit drugs in the country. Away from home, dozens of people are feared dead after a boat capsized in North Central Nigeria. Those were the headlines. Now the news in details. The Civil Service Agency of Liberia, through its Director General, Josiah Jokai, has announced the commencement of a comprehensive credential verification process of all eligible Liberians currently in or entering the civil service. Speaking at a press briefing on Tuesday, October 1, at the Ministry of Information, Director Jokai emphasized that the verification is intended to uphold the integrity and competence of Liberia's civil service. He said the process will ensure that all employees possess the necessary qualifications of their positions, and can perform their duties efficiently. He added that the initiative will confirm that the right individuals are tasked with the responsibilities of their roles, ensuring high standards of public service. In addition to the verification process, Director Jokai revealed that the CSA is set to dedicate a new national testing center within the next 3 weeks. The facility, according to him, will streamline the recruitment of qualified candidates into the civil service, promoting a merit-based system for hiring. He highlighted that the testing center will help ensure that only deserving individuals are selected for civil service positions, further enhancing the effectiveness and professionalism of the CSA. Partisans of the ruling Unity Party have launched a campaign calling for the resignation of the party's chairman, Reverend Luto Tape, along with other party officials holding appointed government positions. The partisans argued that the officials' dual roles in government and the party violate Liberia's Code of Conduct. The controversy stems from the Liberian Code of Conduct, Section 5.8, which prohibits any civil servant from using their official authority to influence elections or political outcomes. It also forbids government employees from engaging in active political management or campaigning while holding public office. The Unity Party partisans claim that Chairman Tape and other party officials in government are in clear violation of the law. They demand that the officials either step down from their government post or relinquish their active roles within the party. Speaking to the media in Monrovia, Daniel B. Johnson, head of the Unity Party Concerned Partisans, acknowledged Reverend Tape's efforts in speaking out against corruption and abuses of office within the party. However, Johnson called on the chairman to resign as board chairman of the Freeport of Monrovia to avoid conflicts of interest while serving as the party's head. The United Kingdom's ambassador to Liberia, Neil Bradley, has reiterated the UK's continued commitment of Liberia's development during a courtesy call on the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustine Wehe Gafua. The meeting held on Tuesday at the Ministry of Finance in Monrovia focused on strengthening the partnership between the UK and Liberia, with Ambassador Bradley emphasizing the UK's role in supporting Liberia's governance and development efforts. He also outlined the UK's investments in critical sectors such as agriculture, infrastructure, education, sanitation, and tourism. Additionally, he highlighted the UK's efforts to empower local communities through funding to non-governmental organizations. In response, Minister Gaffron expressed deep appreciation for the UK's support in Liberia's ongoing transformation. He reaffirmed his ministry's commitment to unlocking the potential of Liberia's economy by focusing on critical areas like energy, agriculture, and infrastructure. He also acknowledged the challenges faced, particularly in meeting ambitious goals like the timely completion of the National Development Plan and preparing the FY 2025 National Budget for legislative review. Liberian human rights lawyer and former presidential candidate Councillor Tiawan Say Gonglo says the Union of Liberian Association in the Americas is a strategic pillar that continues to play an integral part in the country's democratic transformation. He congratulates Eula on the celebration of its 50th anniversary. Speaking in an exclusive interview with the New Dawn over the weekend, Councillor Ganglo described Eula as a strategic pillar for the Liberia's democratic transformation, adding that its role in restoring democratic values and principles will not go unnoticed, providing brief historical information and explaining the importance of Eula. Councillor Ganglo explained that it was founded in 1974 when ideological groups like the Movement for Justice in Africa and the Progressive Alliance of Liberia came in existence. He recalled that during the era, Eula played a paramount role in setting the trajectory for Liberia's transformation because it was and continues to be engaged in dialogues that shattered the country's democratic space. Lofa County Electorate District Number 5 Representative Augustine Chiwolo has elevated the call for the government of Liberia to support all efforts of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency to decisively tackle the proliferation of illicit drugs in the country. Representative Chiwolo said the high-speed proliferation of illicit drugs in the country poses a dangerous signal to the future of the country. His comment was contained in a speech he delivered recently at the fourth graduation convocation of Destiny Cooper Multilateral School of Excellence in Painesville outside Monrovia. According to him, the government needs to urgently give full support, both financial and logistical, to the LDEA to enhance its fight against drugs. At the same time, the Lofa County lawmaker who spoke on the topic, the importance of education, recommended that the government works through the Ministry of Education to reintroduce the teaching of civics in the Liberian school system. This, according to him, will help the current generation and generations to come to be knowledgeable about the country's history, culture, and heritage. And away from Liberia, dozens of people are feared dead after a boat capsized in North Central Nigeria. The boat was ferrying more than 300 passengers on the River Niger when it overturned on Tuesday night, said Niger State Emergency Management Agency head Abdullahi Baba Ara. Around 60 dead bodies have been recovered from the scene. Local Council Chairman Abdullahi was quoted as saying by Nigerian media. Mr. Ara's statement said 150 people had been rescued alive so far, and the most of the boat's passengers were women and children on the way to celebrate the Muslim festival of Maulid. Mr. Ara praised the prompt response from community volunteers who have been attempting to rescue the passengers with brave local divers. The boat had been traveling from a community called Moldi, of which many of the passengers were headed to the village of Bajibo to mark Maldi, a celebration of the Prophet Muhammad's birth. Mr. Ara's statement did not say what had caused the boat to capsize. However, incidents of boats overturning on the River Niger, the third longest river in Africa, are common, especially during the rainy season when water levels are high. That does it for the Focus on Liberia Daily News. I do a recap of the headlines. Partisans of the ruling Unity Party launches campaign calling for the resignation of the party's chairman, along with other party officials holding appointed government positions. Liberian Nobel Peace Prize laureate Madam Lema Bowie set sight on the presidency. Lofa County District Number 5 Representative Augustine Chiwilo elevates call for the government of Liberia to support all efforts of the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency to decisively tackle the proliferation of illicit drugs in the country. Away from Liberia, dozens of people are feared dead after a boat capsized in north central Nigeria. On behalf of the management and staff of Focus on Liberia, many thanks to our listeners and viewers. We urge that you keep following us and share our videos. My name is Gwendolyn Dorado. I presented.